Okay, so this is our last exercise of the day. We do have a little bit of content after this, so should be able to get done right about on time. This is going to summarize things that there may be one or two things on here that you didn't get from the workshop today. It's just things you've been putting off and are related to raising capital. You might want to write down here, and that's totally fine. If you throw away all your other notes from today, hopefully this is a summary page that helps you remember what you should be doing. And if you fill this out once a quarter at our workshops, then it will get you something to work from and show your team, like, hey, what'd you get from the workshop today? Oh yeah, well, I said some good stuff about, videos and being concise and knowing your investor target. This makes it much more of a game plan for you on how you can execute moving forward. So the first box up here is just what written materials are you going to put in place this next quarter. It could be a white paper, an article, maybe it's just 3 podcast interviews the next quarter. The next one is how many new connections you want to make, just as a goal. How many new leads do you want to get in your system? Is it 50 new investor leads, etc.? Next one here is your overall investment completed. Are you trying to raise $500,000 a month, $2 million a month, or getting 1 deal done per month, etc.? Over here on these projects, these are projects like A, B, C, D, and it could be from easiest to hardest. It could be from most critical. Like you really need to get the CRM in place, and it's not going to be super easy, but it's just really critical. So maybe you want to do that first. Then close number two might be to rebrand, figure out your investor demographic, figure out that one-liner, and just remember all this builds on itself. So while your CRM, you need no matter what, getting your one-liner and your brand done, you can't really do that and have it dialed in if you don't know who you're dialing that in for. So getting that investor demographic down is critical. This middle section here is what habits you're going to put in place. Are you going to sit in a freezer with ice in it like Andres? Are you going to, stop drinking coffee? Are you going to work out 5 days a week? Are you going to meet with your accountability partner every Monday? Are you going to call 10 investors every single day? Are you going to use text message marketing once a week? The anchor is something that's slowing you down. Is it tons of emails coming in and flooding your inbox, taking up all your time? And that's the anchor. You just need to acknowledge that thing, that team member you've been putting off terminating is the thing that's slowing you down, or that partner that every time you have a conversation, it's just painful and you just need to end that partnership because it's just energy suck from your life. Then that's something to consider. At the bottom here, what's the ultimate goal you're trying to get done over the next quarter or a little bit longer, maybe over the next year? And then on the side here, accountability partners. So who here from this room and our community and other communities you're in and friends can you keep in touch with and do a weekly, monthly check-in, and we'll keep you honest and hold you accountable? Or who could you basically tag yourself against and be like, hey, it might not be a formal accountability partner, but maybe when you see each other at events, you say, hey, let's trade notes, let's have a cup of coffee, or let's sit next to each other and what have you been doing last quarter? What's the new strategy you've been using to close investors faster? How's your new investor demographic target looking, et cetera. So I filled this out as an example for myself. I'm not going to read all these off to you and take up that time, but are there any questions about what should go in certain boxes here as you're looking through it? If there is, I'm happy to answer any questions you have. This is exercise number 5 in your worksheet, and it's meant as a takeaway page. You might have 10, 20 notes from today, but what are the 4 projects you need to get done? And all this other stuff is kind of your process for accomplishing that. Any questions? I'll see if there's any questions virtually. If not, then why don't we take the next 8 minutes to complete this, because there's a lot to fill out here. You may not know exactly what to put in every box, but fill out what's easy when it comes to you naturally, and then you can always be reviewing this again on the way home and kind of debriefing. They've shown that if you have employees spend just 15 minutes writing down what they learned during their workday, that they learn 22% more. So part of this is having to do some of this now, but also just on the airplane, just when your brain's digested it all subconsciously and be like, man, out of everything, we really have to do this. It's the one big takeaway or whatever else you want to flush out on here.